So once again, big tech and our federal government continue to be on the lookout for posts that attempt to assess and reveal vaccine risk. They continue to label posts as misinformation or simply remove them. Recently, documents obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request on April 14th of 2021 brought to the public's eye 75 pages of records from the Department of Veterans Affairs. The documents detail the adverse reactions veterans had to the COVID-19 vaccines. Let's give a listen to Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch for a moment.
According to the VA, they sent us a cover letter with these documents. They send these reports on to the FDA's CDC VAERS database, which is the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. And then allegedly this sort of stuff is put up there. But of course, they didn't give us some of the underlying data that is typically made publicly available on the VAERS report. So we don't know what was sent or if it was really sent. So what was the complaint about this? Well, we didn't provide context that these reports don't necessarily mean there's a causal link, a causal link specifically, causal, meaning because there was a reported adverse event, it doesn't mean the vaccine caused it. It's mere present or being reported to the Veterans Administration doesn't mean it caused it. Well, first of all, the documents that we received don't say that. And that's an argument. It's not a fact. They wanted us to include that context. In fact, we linked to the VAERS database, which describes that. So in response, Facebook suppressed our post. They labeled it and suppressed it.
We'll post links to the 75 pages and a chart under episode 14. The information was obtained and posted to social media by Judicial Watch. We understand that correlation does not equal causation. But when it comes to vaccine event reporting, the American people benefit from more, not less, information about the safety and efficacy of the COVID-19 vaccines, so they're better able to evaluate risk versus reward. And in my opinion, when you combine the federal government's insistence on taking an experimental drug and what appears to be a lack of objectivity, it's hard not to make the leap that there is more beneath the surface with regard to objectives. That in and of itself leads to mistrust, as people are seeking information due to a lack of trust. George?
Yeah, I mean, look, we covered this right on our vaccine piece, where, and I said it then, and I'll say it again. If someone's telling you the vaccine is safe, at best they have no freaking clue what they're talking about, because no one does. And even on Facebook, on that episode, they tagged it with some COVID vaccine piece, and the tag that they put on there didn't even tell you the vaccine is safe. What it says was that that agencies were continually monitoring, and it has been so far safe, but they're continually monitoring for any adverse effects. You know what that means? That means it may not be safe. But if it's not safe, don't worry, because we're monitoring. Like, what good does that do me? If I end up with a swollen heart or any of these issues, am I supposed to feel better because you're monitoring? So all right, so cool. Now you're watching my heart swell. That sure helps the swelling go down, doesn't it? It's like, you know, when you get into this messaging and this censorship and this nonsense, you know, and now we've got Psaki out there just basically spilling the beans, talking about, you know, how this censorship piece works, right? Dr. Shiva and his lawsuit talking about how this censorship piece works. Like, I'm glad we've been all over this early, and I'm glad that we have people like Dr. Shiva in the world who are willing to take him on and go after it and try and expose this, because it's not an easy thing to prove.